probably just like me. When you go to the gym and see those people half your size, lifting twice as you do, and it ruins your entire workout. Just trying to make sense of how is it even possible? Well, just like magic, there's a very logical explanation behind every trick. These people are actually robots, with mechanical limbs working on fuel and electricity. And that's the only explanation. I'm kidding. I'm just a little pissed off they're stronger than me, that's all. How does strength work? Well, the bigger the muscle, the more power it has. It just makes sense, sure. But there are more factors that contribute to the ability and potential for the muscle to produce force. Muscles require energy to work. And for heavy lifts, that energy comes mostly from carbs, which are being stored within our muscles. The more carbs we store, the more energy we have to produce force from our muscles. Secondly, each of us has 3 types of muscle fibers. Fast twitch, which are better at fast, powerful activities like sprints, jumps, heavy lifting, and more. And slow twitch, which are better at prolonged activities like running or swimming for long periods. And the third type, which is sort of a hybrid. That means if a person has more fast twitch muscle fibers, they are more likely to perform better at these explosive activities. And those with more slow twitch fibers will probably perform better at a marathon. The third factor is motor unit efficiency. Look at it like electric signals your brain sends to the muscles through your nervous system. The stronger the signal, the more units of fibers your muscles will activate. This is called motor unit recruitment. An example of it was the story of Angela Cavallo in 1982 that lifted a Chevy Impala that weighs almost 2 tons off her son after it fell on him while he was working underneath. With a burst of adrenaline, she held it up for long enough for neighbors to pull him out. An iconic example of the potential our muscles have to produce force. But if we're able to use such strength, why are we not doing so? Our bodies work very hard to preserve its resources. To use such strength, not only will we have to compensate by shutting down the functionality of other organs and systems in our bodies, but also we can tear our muscles apart. The muscle is attached to ligaments, which connect muscles to bones, and our ligaments are not capable of keeping everything connected with such an immense force working against it. So having said that, we know that our strength comes from a lot of different factors, as well as hormone profiles, genetics, neural activations, and much more. So what can we do to be stronger? As you expected, training. But here's how. Research have shown that unlike hypertrophy training, to not only enhance the size of the muscle, but also enhance the neural activation of the muscle, we need to be a little lazier. And here's how. Training with heavy loads, 85% or more of the maximum you can lift, and low reps, less than 6, is significantly more effective for developing strength compared to moderate or light loads, which could possibly hint that heavier loads can contribute to a better neural adaptation, basically sending a stronger signal from your brain to your muscles. So if you want to increase your lifting records, here's what I do. I would add firstly the compound movements, like bench press, squat, deadlifts at the beginning of the workout, working on 4 to 6 reps, 85% or more of your 1 RM, which is the maximum weight you can lift for 1 repetition. And do it for 3 to 4 sets, resting between 3 to 5 minutes per set, very much depending on how you feel. And then build the rest of the workout on top of that. Now before you go out there and break a leg, which you might, there are still factors you cannot ignore. First, by all means, work on your technique. With poor technique and such heavy loads, you are most certainly going to injure yourself. With good technique, you can minimize the risk of injuries and progress better. Now, of course, to have good progression with such intensity, make sure to eat enough carbs to have enough energy, because the energy our bodies use for this explosive movements mostly come from carbs. I'd say a good meal rich enough in protein, carbs, and fats 2 to 3 hours before the workout would be good. Or a quick carb like a banana or an apple, some sort of fruit, 30 to 60 minutes before the workout. And just like any workout, rest and let your body recover properly, with enough sleep and nutrients to build itself. So next time you go to the gym and see somebody's lifting more than you, now you know why.